Hello, everyone. We appreciate your interest in our presentation. I'm Dr. Miara Diaconu from Western Michigan University, and with my two colleagues from Spain, which I'm going to allow to present themselves, we would like to share with you the findings of our study titled Behaviors, Coping Strategies, and Perceived Learning Challenges in Social Work Education at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, a student-based perspective. The beginning of 2020 brought several challenges to the forefront of our attention, all related to what is known now as the COVID-19 pandemic. As the virus was spreading fast globally, the need for social distancing pushed the academic world into a frenzy of solution seeking. As a result, most universities in the United States and in Europe, including Spain, decided to move their in-person courses to online. Therefore, many campuses were closed, the residence hall were closed, commencements were canceled, and everything else was moved online. The shift from the in-person education to online instruction brought numerous challenges to the forefront, and according to Almaya, in a study published in 2020, some of the challenges encountered by students, faculty, and administrators were related to technological challenges such as students and faculty maybe not having access to computer, tablets, or Wi-Fi, individual challenges, not knowing how to use technology, cultural challenges, and course-related challenges. Other perceived challenges that we found through literature and through our study were related to mental health, such as depression, communication issues. It's different to communicate in person versus having clear communication methods employed in online settings, heightened levels of stress and anxiety, and last but not least, inability to adapt traditional leadership strategies and teaching strategies to the online context. This is a binational quantitative pilot research study that looked at students' perceived challenges, employed coping strategies, and levels of preparedness or lack thereof for online instruction at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, when they were forced to move from the traditional type of instruction to online instruction. The data was collected at two public universities, one in Spain and one in the United States of America, at the end of the spring semester 2020. All students enrolled in those courses from which we collected the data were taught by the two researchers, and the research participants had an opportunity to deny being part in the study. Therefore, the study participation was done on the voluntary basis. Data was collected through a survey posted in SurveyMonkey, and the instrument, the data collection instrument, was designed by the two researchers.
In this slide, we can see the distribution of the sample. The distribution of the sample is the following. First of all, the majority are female students. The second is the age. The most important age is or between 18 to 24 age, and we have obtained a similar distribution by the number of online courses taken in this semester. Other important data is the number of online courses previously taken by the research subjects. The most common is zero courses. Zero courses. Another question, the perception about the workload. The most important perception, more work required for an online courses, around 19%. Other questions is the preferences of the students. The majority of the students prefer traditional. Another question is the perception around the future. The students have a negative option about the future online courses. In these graphs, we have the experience or the challenges. We can have first of the graphs relating with the personal challenges. For example, I don't know have the organizational skills. Other question is I don't know have any training in how to successfully complete an online course, around 40%. At the end, I am overwhelmed with the amount of time it takes to work an online course, around 70%. Other important question in the research is the technological context. The most important perception is lack of technology support among the students, around the 60%. In the end, we can obtain what is the perception about the students, about their digital skills. First, I don't know how to engage in online course, around 26%. I don't know have the necessary skill to successfully complete an online course, around 40%. In the following graphs, we describe the strategies. First of all, in first place, we have include risk behaviors, around 10%, 40%. The students have risk behavior. For example, I have been using alcohol or other drugs to make myself feeling better, or I have using alcohol or other drugs to help the get through. Another question is social support. The majority of students have needed social support. For example, have been getting emotional support from others, around 66%. I have been getting help from others, around 70%. Or I have been getting comfort and understanding from someone, around 77%. In the end, other type of answer is avoidance behaviors. In this type of strategies, around 60%, I have been saying things to let my unpleasant feelings, or around 80%, I have been making jokes about it. Last type of strategies, we have differentiated between genial, confrontation, and distraction. Genial, for example, saying the situation is unreal, around 40%, or I have been refusing that it is happening. Other important question is the confrontation. The majority students have been confronting the situation. I have been concentrating my efforts or doing something about the situation, around 100%. I have been taking action, try to make the situation better. around 90%, or I have tried to come with a strategy about what to do. Distraction, for example, is very common among students. For example, I have been turning to work or other activities to take my mind off things around 90%. I have been crashing my shell around 80%, or I have doing something to think about it, less such as watching TV, reading daydreaming, or sleeping around 94%.
There are several limitations to this research study. Here we have listed just a few due to the lack of time for this presentation, limited time for this presentation. So this research study presents only a small snapshot in a time within a very critical time frame. Thus, the sample size is relatively small. As a result, no generalization to the entire student population who experienced the transition from the in-person education, either being offered as traditional or hybrid, to fully online instruction. The researchers had to develop a new instrument, and although that instrument included some coping skills, it was not tested for validity and reliability. Also, the research study focused only on the student's perspective. Um, Therefore, we cannot talk about the professors, administrators, and staff perspective. However, during our informal conversations that we had with our colleagues, we realized that similar themes could emerge from their experience. Um, we have several recommendations for social work education and further research. Um, for social work education, we are suggesting that from now on, a social work program should provide students with better technological instruction and support, because you never know how things can change, and a need for technology may arise, as it happened in March. Provide students with coaching regarding resilience, incorporate in the online instruction healthy coping strategies, incorporate in the online instruction organizational tips for success within an online setting, encourage students to implement self-care strategies in their personal, academic, and professional lives, provide students with scholarship and financial aid during a pandemic such as this or any type of major disaster, assist students with other pandemic related needs such as food, shelter, a safe place to share things, health, and so on. For future research, we are suggesting that either us in a future research study, or somebody else that could take um, this pilot study to the next level, could expand the study to other categories of relevant populations, such as faculty, administrators, and staff. There could be an increase in the number of participating countries, an increase in the number of participating academic institutions within each country, and make a focus on validating the instrument and testing it for reliability. Again, thank you for your willingness to listen to our presentation, and we wish you a wonderful time during the conference a great learning experience. Thank you.